The departures have been suspended at Berlin Brandenburg Airport on Thursday morning because freezing rain has made it impossible to de-ice aircraft, an airport spokeswoman has said. The disruption has affected air travel in the German capital, as the National Weather Service warns of dangerous icy conditions, although landings initially appear unaffected. Passengers were told to expect flight cancellations and significant delays. The airport has urged travelers to check directly with their airlines for the latest flight status. It said disruptions could remain in place until weather conditions improve. Germany has faced a prolonged cold spell from January into February, with Berlin covered in snow and temperatures falling below -10 degrees Celsius, 14 degrees Fahrenheit. The unusually cold winter has resulted in widespread travel chaos, particularly on trains. As of 10:15 a.m., 09:15 GMT/UTC, no flights were taking off, according to flight tracking website FlightRadar24. Fresh snow and freezing rain fell overnight and into the morning across eastern Germany, also disrupting road travel and rail traffic. The German Weather Service, DWD, has issued warnings for Berlin over a high risk of dangerous ice. Forecasters say freezing rain could lead to severe slippery conditions across the city. In Hesse, trucks are getting stuck in the snow, causing traffic jams. A man died in an accident in eastern Hesse. Schools are closed in Bremen and Lower Saxony. Due to the winter weather, people in parts of Germany should expect slippery roads this morning. The German Weather Service had issued a warning for icy conditions overnight due to freezing rain. Meteorologists explained that black ice could persist into the morning, particularly in parts of Lower Saxony and into the northern central regions. A 51-year-old man died in an accident on an icy road in eastern Hesse on Tuesday evening. On the country road near Romers, close to Fulda, a 70-year-old truck driver veered into the oncoming lane and collided head-on with a van, police reported. The 51-year-old van driver sustained such severe injuries in the collision that he died at the scene. A female driver traveling behind the semi-trailer truck rear-ended it and sustained minor injuries, according to reports. The road was contaminated with fluids from the truck. Cleanup was not possible due to weather conditions, so it will remain closed until further notice, police explained. Early Wednesday morning, numerous traffic problems plagued Hesse and Lower Saxony. On the A5 in the Wetterau district and on the B49 near Leun, stuck trucks repeatedly blocked the road. Drivers were stuck in traffic jams for hours. In northwestern Lower Saxony, several accidents occurred on the A1 alone, according to the Oldenburg Police Headquarters. No serious injuries were initially reported by the police. Earlier on Tuesday, the wintry weather caused chaos on the roads in Hesse, leading to accidents and traffic jams stretching for kilometers. At Germany's largest airport in Frankfurt, flight operations were temporarily suspended. A layer of snow on the runways made takeoffs and landings temporarily impossible. Traffic on the A3 between Raunheim and Idstein was backed up for almost 30 kilometers at one point. There were also long traffic jams on the A66, A671, and A643. Several cities and districts suspended bus services. Today, students must also prepare for weather-related school closures. Schools in Bremen and large parts of Lower Saxony will remain closed. In some schools in Hesse, in-person classes are canceled, with several schools switching to distance learning. Due to a warning strike by road maintenance crews, motorists in Lower Saxony and Schleswig-Holstein should expect disruptions to winter road services. However, emergency services have been arranged in both states to ensure that the main roads remain passable. While ice and wind are currently causing problems for shipping on the Baltic Sea, some people there are enjoying impressive natural spectacles. On the Greifswald Bodden, the wind has piled ice floes into icebergs several meters high. The German Weather Service, DWD, has forecast 1 to 2 centimeters of fresh snow for Mecklenburg-Western Pomerania. The effects of snow and ice. A car also caught fire this morning on the A3 motorway between Idstein and Bad Harzburg. Around 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, February 4th, a man had to pull his car and trailer onto the hard shoulder due to engine trouble. The vehicle caught fire and burned completely. The Idstein Fire Department was able to prevent the flames from spreading to the trailer and extinguish the fire completely. The right lane remained temporarily closed for cleanup. The damage is estimated at €12,500. A traffic jam of 7 kilometers formed. Meanwhile, traffic on the A7 near Kassel is backed up for 17 kilometers northbound due to ongoing recovery operations. Traffic on the A49 is now only slow-moving, although several trucks are still stopped in the right lane, and a broken-down truck is blocking the left lane near Schwalmstadt. Traffic is still slow-moving on the A5, both towards Kassel between the Reiskirchen interchange and Grünberg, and towards Frankfurt between Alsfeld West and the Reiskirchen interchange. According to police, around 50 accidents were reported within 3 hours in the Frankfurt city area. Most of these involved only minor damage, they said. The Frankfurt Highway Patrol reported isolated accidents on the A661 and A66 motorways. Heavy snowfall is causing major disruptions on the highways around Wiesbaden. There's practically no traffic moving on our highways right now, a spokesperson for the Wiesbaden Highway Patrol told DPA. Frankfurt Airport also experienced problems, with many aircraft requiring de-icing and resulting in delayed departures. 144 out of 922 flights had to be cancelled, as the runways were covered in a thick layer of snow. The situation normalized later that evening, and Wednesday began without disruption. A spokesperson for airport operator Fraport stated that no further cancellations or delays due to the weather were expected on Wednesday morning. The Southeast Hesse Police Headquarters reported 16 accidents on Tuesday evening, likely caused by snow and ice. Most were rear-end collisions, with several occurring on the B45 highway. The Southeast Hesse Police Headquarters initially reported just under a dozen accidents. Some people sustained injuries. There was a brief period of chaos, but without serious consequences, a spokesperson said. According to a spokesperson, there was also an increase in accidents in the West Hesse Police District due to the weather. Initially, only minor damage to vehicles was recorded there as well. In North Hesse, the traffic situation was still calm in the afternoon. So far, there have only been 3 minor accidents in the Waldeck-Frankenberg area, said a police spokesperson. No one was injured. Police in South Hesse also had no initial reports of accidents caused by icy conditions. Heavy snowfall and icy conditions caused traffic chaos and massive disruptions to public transport in and around Mainz. A police spokesperson said that at least 85 accidents had been recorded in the Mainz police district within just under 4 hours, starting at 12:30 p.m. Traffic disruptions were reported on almost all roads, both within Mainz and on the motorway ring. Buses and trucks were stranded. It's absolute chaos in and around Mainz. A bus crashed in the Donnersberg district, near Biedesheim/Lautersheim, due to icy conditions. The bus, carrying approximately 20 school children, left the road and slid into a ditch. According to current information, no one was injured. The L448 road had to be completely closed during the cleanup operation. Bus services in the Donnersberg district were temporarily suspended. Further accidents occurred due to icy roads, including on the A63 motorway in the direction of Mainz. There were also traffic restrictions on the A62 motorway in the direction of Trier due to an accident caused by icy conditions. Heavy snowfall also occurred in Mainz and the Rheinhessen region, with approximately 90 accidents reported in the Mainz police district. Most resulted only in minor damage. The situation on the highways around Mainz became particularly difficult. Traffic jams have been reported since the afternoon, including on the Mainz Ring Road, the A60, including the Rhine bridges, and the A63 as far as Nieder-Ulm. Police recorded 16 accidents. Trucks became stuck on black ice at 3 highway entrances. According to the Highway Patrol, some of these entrances remained completely closed for several hours. Snow and ice also affected the B9 between Mainz and Idstein, and the B420 between Undenheim and Verstadt. Mainz Mobility reported disruptions and delays on many routes. Wiesbaden's ESWE bus service had to be suspended, as did KRN throughout the entire Bad Kreuznach district. The Magdeburg Police Department reported numerous minor accidents, all resulting in property damage. No one was injured. While the roads were passable, snow and freezing rain had made them quite slippery in places. On Wednesday morning, numerous accidents involving icy conditions occurred on the A1 motorway between Osnabrück and Bremen, primarily involving trucks. Emergency services recorded around 10 major accidents. There was also an accident involving several trucks on the A2. On the A7 between Hahn, Münden/Lutterberg and the Wetterau Bridge in the direction of Hanover, another accident occurred. Shortly after 6 a.m., a car and a truck slid off the road and collided with the central reservation barrier, as reported by the Göttingen Motorway Police. The car driver sustained minor injuries and was taken to a hospital. On the A31 in the Leer district, a 63-year-old driver suffered life-threatening injuries. The man collided with a car driven by a 21-year-old. According to police, the 21-year-old driver had lost control of his vehicle on the icy road. 2 people also sustained minor injuries in an accident on the A27 near Kirchlinteln, Verden district. Public transport in Hanover and the surrounding area is severely disrupted. Ustra reported weather-related problems with its bus services, with further delays possible, especially outside the city center. Erix is experiencing train cancellations and a reduced timetable, as reported by NDR. The RE10 line between Hanover and Bad Harzburg will only run every 2 hours until at least Thursday morning. Metronom has also announced disruptions. Meanwhile, Hamburg's winter service completed its 15th major operation of the winter season on Wednesday. Snowplows were deployed again due to light snowfall during the morning rush hour. Since 3 a.m., 728 emergency personnel with more than 360 vehicles have been out, according to the city's sanitation department. This morning, winter maintenance crews cleared and gridded major roads, bus routes, and bus stops. Important bike paths are also being cleared of snow and ice. There were no reports of increased accidents due to icy conditions. The situation was very calm, a fire department spokesperson said. Police also reported no unusual accident activity. The temporary suspension of the ban on de-icing salt on sidewalks, which is in effect until mid-February, will help winter maintenance crews, said Kay Goetze, spokesperson for the city's sanitation department. Abrasive materials like sand or grit are often ineffective if snow falls again immediately after they are spread. Since the beginning of January, the winter maintenance crews have been out every day. Goetze said that such weather conditions hadn't been seen for about 15 years. Despite the numerous call-outs, the de-icing material supplies were good. Sufficient additional de-icing material was ordered during the peak of the winter in January. Winter maintenance crews will be kept busy over the weekend. Kay Goetze, spokesperson for the city's sanitation department, says, "The next 3 nights will be extremely challenging." According to the German Weather Service forecast, there could be some snow again on Thursday night, and rain is expected in parts of Hamburg and Schleswig-Holstein on Saturday and Sunday nights. Freezing rain and icy roads have led to numerous accidents in eastern Saxony. "There's a lot of traffic on the roads," a spokesperson for the Görlitz Police Department told the German press agency. According to the spokesperson, more than 30 accidents are currently attributed to the icy conditions. No injuries have been reported so far. The Bautzen district is particularly affected. In Hoyerswerda and the surrounding area, all bus services have come to a standstill. The vehicles can barely get out of the depot in some cases, and then they're completely stuck on the roads, said a spokesperson for the Hoyerswerda Transport Company. In some places, there's a thick layer of ice on the road. Traffic on the Drautal Road, B100, near Greifenburg, was blocked in the afternoon because several trucks were stuck. Around 700 households are still without power. This morning, snow removal was concentrated in Upper Carinthia, including Kötschach-Mauthen. In the Villach-Land district, Technicians from Kärnten Netz are still working on repairs. Technician Martin Sumper said that the wet snow had caused a power line to snap in Fürnitz, for example. It snowed, then rained, and then snowed again. Around 700 households are still without power. The Drautal Road had to be closed in both directions this afternoon. Jonas Oschlinger from the winter service told Radio Carinthia that trucks had almost tipped over. We're waiting for a large tow truck because 3 trucks are stuck so badly that it will have to pull them away. Along with the police and the road maintenance department, have been trying for 3 hours to move several trucks off the B100, but we've essentially reached our capacity. Unfortunately, the road is completely jammed with cars and stuck trucks on both sides. Oschlinger said that in some cases people had been stuck in their vehicles for 6 hours, with no way to move forward. Gerhard Hohenwarter of Geosphere Austria described the weather situation on Wednesday at midday as extremely interesting. A low-pressure system over Italy was bringing increasingly humid air from the southeast. This was particularly noticeable in the eastern parts of the country, bringing warmer air, which explained the sleet in the Klagenfurt Basin, rain in the significantly higher altitude Breitenegg, and snowfall in the Gale Valley. During the afternoon and into the evening, this humid air will really push into Upper Carinthia. According to Hohenwarter, the further east one travels, the wetter the snow becomes. In the Villach area, where only a few centimeters of snow are expected, the snow is very wet. The further west we go, the drier the snow becomes. The Avalanche Warning Service updated its information on Wednesday afternoon due to the current weather conditions. A critical avalanche situation for winter sports enthusiasts will persist off-piste until Thursday at 5 p.m. The avalanche danger is increasing along the southern border of the state in the Karnic Alps and the western Gaeltal Alps, above 1,800 meters, reaching level 4, meaning a high risk of avalanches, according to a press release. With the intensification of precipitation, medium-sized and, in isolated cases, large spontaneous avalanches are increasingly possible, especially on west, north, and east-facing slopes above 1,800 meters during the first half of the night. This is particularly true in areas of orographic lift. Avalanches can be triggered in old snow in many places. The latest information on the current avalanche situation from the State Avalanche Warning Service is available daily from 5 p.m. in the Avalanche Report. The meteorologist predicted that the situation would ease somewhat in the second half of Wednesday night into Thursday. The precipitation will decrease significantly. On Thursday morning, there may still be a little snow, especially in the west. Rain could then mix in again at lower elevations as the intensity of the precipitation decreases. The precipitation will take a longer break in Lower Carinthia. It's not really cold in the mountains. At 2,000 meters altitude, we only have -2 to 3 degrees. Nevertheless, it snows all the way down. That's something special. The weekend promises relatively calm, uneventful weather conditions. On Friday, there might be a bit more snowfall in the far south, in the Karnic and Karawanks mountains. Over the weekend, there could actually be some sunshine again. However, fog is also possible in the Klagenfurt Basin. According to Hohenwarter, the reason the sun is currently shining so infrequently is that relatively warm, humid air is moving in from the Mediterranean. On the one hand, there isn't much precipitation, but on the other hand, there's this humid heat. It's very persistent. There have been weak pressure differences in recent days. These are bringing gloomy, dreary weather.